my father passed away maybe 10 years ago. My daughter-in-law has gone to see mystics and mediums, and he always appears to her and says things that only he would know or family would know. I mentioned it to a priest, and he told me that means he's not at rest. So he's been saying masses for him, and we've been praying. I was with my son-in-law and daughter this week, and I said, does he still appear? And they said, all the time. All the time. They feel his presence and things happen.
Cheryl, I'm only going to stop you because we get this comment and question all the time, and we are trying so hard to be clear. And now I believe in my heart of hearts that, Cheryl, your call is going to make it clear to everyone. Adam, I am begging you to be crystal clear on what happens when somebody visits a psychic about their deceased loved one. So Cheryl, listen for this answer, and then everyone who's listening, stop what you're doing and listen closely to Adam Blai.
Okay, Cheryl. So from a biblical perspective, there's no way that's your father. And here's why. In the Bible, the word necromancy very specifically means calling up the dead to talk to them. The Bible consistently describes necromancy as being abhorrent to God, and that he will turn his face away from you. It will break your relationship in terms of being in a state of grace with God. It's described as an abomination, etc. So psychics and mediums that claim to connect you with the dead are doing something the Bible says is a horrible sin in God's eyes. Just because the Spirit said something that is specific to your family, that, oh my gosh, there's no way the psychic knew that. That's the nickname he called me when I was little. Whatever it was, that's a demon feeding information, because they watch us our whole lives. Don't freak out. They're like bacteria. They're just around. They tempt us and watch us. They know those details. And they use them to get people to drop their guard and think this is, compelling, and come back to the mystic and the psychic over and over. So once that relationship is established with that spirit by the psychic medium, that spirit is now attached to that person who invited that relationship. And that's why it's now appearing in the home or at other places, not at the psychics. This is a deception, and they need to reject it. If they're Catholic, they need to go to confession and confess, turning to spiritualism for, their spiritual needs, and turning to these deceptive spirits. They need to confess it. And if this thing appears again, they need to say, I want no part of you.
Right. And one other thing, just to to affirm what the priest told you, we should always pray for our departed loved ones, the souls in purgatory. So praying for your dad is a positive, wonderful, great thing to do as a Christian, and we should continue to do that, but not in this connection that they're having with your father, that they're constantly connecting with him. This is so dangerous, and I feel bad that you got that kind of direction, or they got that kind of direction from a priest. A lot of clergy are not up on this. You have to understand this. This is why we are doing this show, is to have this solid catechesis. Cheryl, your comments.
So he is at peace, as far as we know. He is where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. We don't have any.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't have any.
Okay.
That's not evidence of anything about your dad. That is merely a spirit pretending to be your dad.
Okay. Now, my son is a lapsed Catholic. His whole family, they don't believe, period, which is breaks my heart. When I was there just this past week, I sprinkled holy water in their boys' bedrooms because they have their girlfriends up all the time. But I should have done the whole house, shouldn't I? I don't know. Should I? Go ahead.
Well, hold on a second, because Adam, talk about that. I mean, she really doesn't have authority over that. That's her
Right.
children, and really a priest should be involved in that to bless the house if you really want that to take place. But Cheryl, I just want to get back to this. If you could encourage them to stop, when you say, Adam, to stop this connection with your deceased dad, this is very dangerous. And I know that the demons are putting all these symbols and signs in front of them, saying, "Oh, but only dad can know this. Only dad knows these conversations. Only dad knows this." I get it, Cheryl. We deal with it all the time. People are writing in like crazy, telling us that they have had connection with their deceased loved ones because they only know intimate details about them. Adam, you really want to make this clear that this is a very dangerous practice to connect with the dead like that.
Oh, absolutely. And Cheryl, we see the demons doing this in exorcisms pretty regularly. They don't do it every week, but we see them trying to discourage the people that are there to help this person. If they have a sin that isn't confessed, they will broadcast that sin to the whole room in detail, even if you were there alone, and nobody witnessed anything. They will demonstrate that basically they are around, and they keep these things, they keep tabs on these things. Now, the beautiful thing, if you have access to the sacrament of reconciliation, once a sin is confessed, it's off the table, and they cease to accuse about those things. But yes, absolutely, just encourage them. Maybe share this episode with them so they can hear the truth about that spirit.